I'ma need you to make something, make something Monday. Hey, I'm trying this new segment out. I'm going to switch over to scheduled posts. And Monday is going to be dedicated to making something. I don't care what you make, but Mondays, we're going to be making something. Today, we're making this sweatshirt. It's actually a group of sweatshirts with a signature basic design and my signature design style right there at the bottom. So, like this video. You might as well do it right now. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I make videos like this all the time. I mean all the time. And I'm going to show you guys how to make this sweatshirt from start to finish right after the intro. Okay, so today we have a very simple design, and I'm just going to use Silhouette to go ahead and load this design up. It's just some text, real problems of like maybe 5 or 6 people just going down the chest of a shirt. So we're just going to open up Silhouette and we're going to get to work. All right, let me turn up my brightness here. All right, so the names are Shanae, Tasha. Should I do it in all caps? Let's see what are all caps. Tashay, Ashley, and Tamika. All right. So the one thing that's going to happen with this design is I'm just going to use the popular font, Babies. Okay, so it ended up being all caps anyway. All right, and each sweatshirt is going to have a name in a different color. So it's a black sweatshirt, white print, and then one of the names on each of them will have a different color. Like it'll be gold. So Shanae's sweatshirt will be gold, Tasha's will be gold. Not her sweatshirt, but her name will be gold. Shanae's will be gold on hers, Tasha will be gold on hers, Ashley will be gold on hers, and Tamika will be gold on hers. So one thing I need to do is I need to space these out. I want them big, right? So this is 12. They're on unisex sweatshirts. I definitely want them big, but I do need to space them out just a hair because I don't want them like cramped up over top of each other. I want some space in between them. So if I go to my text and I go to line spacing, I can space them out a little bit. And then I can also do a little bit of character spacing. Probably like right there. Now, one thing I am gonna do is I want to do Shanae, Tasha, Ashley, and I want to do and Tamika. This is the way that I've seen the popular ones go, but I'm gonna get some approval and ask if that's okay to do. So, what I'm saying is, like, oops, Tamika's name will actually be going in like gold. So this is how it'll go. All white with one name in gold. So this is what we'll be working with for our file today. Very simple and easy. No point in doing it in Illustrator. Just go ahead and attack it right in your cutting program, no matter which program it is, and go on about it. Oh, looks like someone just bought a book. So head back over to the website. That was my book sound. So if you haven't got a book yet, go ahead over to tshirtsidehustle.com, click learning guides, and right here is the book that's flying off the shelf right now, the heat transfer vinyl pricing guide. If you're unsure about pricing, this book is for you. Niches Bring Riches is a good one if you want to start a t-shirt line based on a niche market. I've done a lot of them. Black Colleges was my main one. Very good book too. I put a lot of work into them, heart and soul into them. And once you guys purchase it, head back over and come leave a review. You see what some people are saying about the books. Just leave an honest review. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm fine with that. Just leave your honest opinion on the books right there. So this has been your boy Stan Banks, about to go ahead and get this bad boy cut and pressed. Our design's all done. Now it's time to get it cut and weed it. Now we're gonna go ahead and weed it, get it ready to go. As you guys know, I already had most of these already cut and ready to go. I just needed to cut one more white one. Now, I'm going to show you how we're going to piece this together. This is obviously a real simple job. It's just names. And I showed you guys in some of the other videos where I just layer things on top of each other so that I can get them positioned perfectly. And today we're going to kind of do the same thing. So, like I said, there are actually 4 sweatshirts. There are 3 right here that are ready to go. And on the back of this one, they're actually going to have some gold names. So whoever's shirt the actual shirt belongs to is actually going to get their name in a gold color. And she just added something at the end that we're going to go back in and cut. And we're just going to have to hand place that. And I'll walk you through that whole process. She just wants forever, but she wants F-O-U-R, 4, as the 4 of them, and then forever, basically. So forever. And I'm going to probably mix that with, I'm going to do it in gold. And I'm probably going to do my signature design that I like to say, where I do 4 in this same exact font, and then I'll put ever in cursive. And I got to decide how big it's going to be. So the very next thing that I'm going to do is actually cut this apart. And I got my scissors somewhere. Can't wait till my workbench is completely full so I have the space that I actually need to get everything done, and, you know, kind of like working with limited room. This is probably about the size of a 6-foot print shop from here to the edge of this table here. And you guys know, if you're just getting started, you can get started with a 6-foot portable table, a heat press, a computer, and a cutter, and work with enough room to get everything done. But, you know, as you build, you get bigger, you add another portable table, and then once you get going and you're serious, you got some space where you're going to be for a while, you can get something built out. And that's where we are right now. We're in the beginning stages. Hopefully by the new year, we'll be able to have some type of, this will be done looking extravagant, and be able to do some type of grand opening. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get started with the cutting this apart. Now, I have to refer back to the text messages. Usually I copy it down, and I need to know who gets what size. And there's one name on this very first sheet that is actually messed up. I'm going to show it to you guys. And I could have recut it, but because it's going to get covered up anyway, I just went ahead and said, you know what, I'll just cover that name up. And it just got knocked a little bit off track here, the N. If you look at the N right there, just you can see it perfectly. Yep, right there, that little N. So that person, which is Shanae, is actually going to get covered up on this sheet. Okay, so all we're going to do, let me position you guys a little bit lower. All we're going to do is take Shanae, okay, stick the side up, and we're going to go ahead and place this over her name like so. Boom. Perfectly placed. You don't see any white coming. Maybe a hairline fracture there, but nothing seriously white showing. So that means it's positioned perfectly. Like if I showed you this right here, you couldn't even tell there's a layer behind it, and that's the look that we're going for. So Shanae's gonna get this. I need to check the text message to make sure what size Shanae actually goes on. So let's go here, and then where's the list? I like to screenshot it or print it out or copy it down. Just gonna screenshot it here, so that's right there in my messages. Okay, done. Save to photos. Okay, so Shanae actually goes on an extra large, so she's actually going to get this one. That's for her. Okay. Looking good there. Yep, everything looks good on the Shanae's. All right, and next we have underneath it here, actually, let's do this one. This one here is a medium, and medium goes to, this is the process, and it's better to lay it out this way, because sometimes you get into the rhythm of things where I'm just grabbing, pressing, and you realize, oh snap, that person was supposed to get this. So I like to lay them all out, and then I'll press them all last at the end. So the medium, Ashley and Tamika, so it doesn't matter here. Let's go with Ashley on this one. So Ashley's gonna go on the medium, and we're just gonna do the same exact thing. Good money. Boom. Okay, we got Sinead Ashley. Hate when this happens. It falls down. That's why I need my workspace to get some little bit of lint on it, or debris from around the way. All right, large. So these two are done. Got our large here, and large has to go to Tashay because I know the rest of them. Okay. So Tashay, get this. Go there. And if you recall from my last videos, you guys may not remember this, but I actually used one of their sweatshirts for a person who was walking in. I knew they had time, so I just go ahead and reorder it. So now I got to get into the box now here and pull it out. Boom. Oh, right on top. Just a medium. Yep, perfect. Okay, and this last medium is gonna go to Ashley, the last one that's left. I don't even know why I'm looking, which is Tamika. So boom. Okay, so all done, all ready to press. But I'm going to take you guys back into the computer, and I'm going to design that last portion that I said I need to design. And I'm actually going to eyeball it when I place it, so I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do that. So let's get back into the computer and get to work. The next thing we're going to do here is we got to add the word forever. So first thing we're going to do is write for F-O-U-O-U-R. Okay, and we need to change the font to right. All right, now I really don't do this in this program often, but I'm just gonna make it big, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do my signature font. Not my signature font, my signature design in this program. So I'm gonna take the word ever. All right, we're gonna change it to some kind of cursive font, some script. It really doesn't matter. Let's see how this looks. Yes, this looks okay. Let me just see if I can find one more, a little bit more fancy maybe to compare it to. All right, let's see what we got here. Definitely don't like that one. And like I said, when you're designing stuff, the longest portion of the whole thing is usually font selection. Finding fonts that you want to use is very, very time consuming. So, designing isn't really that hard with some of this stuff if you, just take the time to actually learn. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to weld these. We're going to right click and we're going to click weld. Okay, and now we're actually going to group them. Same thing here, right click, weld, right click. This one should be grouped, but we're gonna, yeah, okay, so it's already a group. Because this had a space in it, I had to group it together. This one doesn't have any spaces in it. All right. I think this one fits better because it's bold. All right, and then we're gonna set this up. We're not gonna make it just as big as these letters, but we want it to be big enough, right? So it fits. And we're just gonna put it right. I'm gonna go low with it. Don't want to go high with it. All right, so the first thing I need to do in order to do my signature design, you guys know I like to overlap.
And what I like to do is I just need to right click and offset my path. Okay, and it looks like right here, I might go slightly bigger, give it a little bit more space in between. Okay, and that looks good right here. And I'm actually going to remove the inside of this because I don't want any gap. I don't need any of that in there. And actually, it's not even going to matter because of what we're going to do. So we're only going to overlap it with the R, right? We want to take away some of the R and have this fit right in perfectly. All right, and this is what's going to happen. So we're going to take this and we're going to take the R, and then we're going to actually go to our modify panel and we're going to subtract. Okay, when we subtract it, now we can remove this. And I don't like that because you can't see the groove in the R, so we're gonna have to correct that. Okay, and I want to see that groove in the R just a little bit at least, because it just gives it the definition, if you get where I'm going at it. So I'm gonna move it around a little bit. I'm gonna do the same thing. Let's go ahead and let's subtract. Let's see. There we go. We can use the regular subtract button for this, and it'll take it right away. So this is how we're gonna make the forever look. All right, for and then ever. I could do this in, let's make compound path. All right, I could do this in two colors, like the gold. You got a close color to gold. And then I could do this in the white, which would be other black, but I don't want to go through that and do it in two colors. So we're just going to do it all in gold. And I need to figure out how big I'm actually going to make it. So I got to ask her how big she wants the word forever. I was thinking maybe very, very small, as in like, yeah, probably like 5 inches underneath of it. And right centered. So let me show you this as well. So this is grouped. That's how forever is going to look. All right. And I'm going to show you exactly what it's going to look like and how I'm going to figure out where to position it. This is a key part too. So once I place this top one, remember we got one name is going to be in gold. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to line this up here centered, and then I'm going to actually center this on here. And I know that this needs to start basically at the beginning of the K here, because kind of close to the K and the T. So I can actually make it even easier on myself to line up by making it touch the K and the T. Those bottom lines, if you got where I'm going at. Okay, you see how it's like basically boom, touch the T and touch the K, and then that's how I know it's positioned perfectly. And then now everything else can be done by eye. So that's the simple plan to it all. Now we just gotta wait, and I'm just gonna rock with that because I think that's fair. She's not super picky customer, so she's like, just do whatever. Just want, you know, the names that have offset colors, and then the word forever at the bottom. So I think that's going to be good. And now let's jump back into this and get it cut. So I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. I'm going to show you a different way to duplicate something. In here, this is the replicate panel and rows and columns. So duplicate, you can do 2. And then I can take and do 1. The thing about this is it doesn't give you space, so I'm actually gonna move this over. It doesn't give you space for some reason. I thought it was kind of weird that it doesn't give you space between them, but go like that, and then we're ready to cut. So load this up and get it cut, and then I'll come back with you guys and show you how I'm just gonna press it up. Now we're back again to weed.
And if you see what I did, I had actually positioned it a little bit different, but I just used some scrap pieces to go ahead and get this done. So I had to reposition one of these cuts. Is it worth saving this little strip? No, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. So we got our fours cut. I'm just going to leave them off to the side. I'm going to press up one and show you guys in detail. Then I'm going to speed through the rest because it's going to be kind of repetitive. And then we'll come back and close this video out with my final thoughts. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's move you guys close for this first one, then I'll back you up for the last three. So come on in here with me. Let's get to work. All right, first one we got ready to go. This is Tamika on a size medium. Now I don't have to double check this because I did lay them out I pre-laid them out and made sure everything was perfect, and I didn't leave and come back and nothing was moved. You know what I mean? If you got multiple people in your workspace, you may want to double and triple check just to make sure. All right, I'm using my hands as always to make sure that everything lines up and feels symmetric on both sides. Now, with this design here, I'm gonna show you something on my shirt. With this design here, it is super tall, right? So if you start it low, like we normally would start it, which is 3.5 inches, it's gonna come down very, very low. So this one, we're gonna move up a little bit, probably to 3 fingers, not take the pinky off, and then it'll be positioned a little bit better and not like really, really low on the person's shirt. So I'm gonna come up with the 3 fingers. Whenever you got like a 12 by 12 design, I like to move it up just a little bit, not the whole 4 fingers, and move it up to the 3 fingers. Just something I'm used to. Now, how are we gonna center this? We're gonna take the widest name. So always gonna center it based on the name Tamika because it's the bottom and it's the widest. So we're gonna go ahead, center it based off of that. Perfectly centered. We're gonna take a step back. That looks straight as it can be. Now we're gonna take our word forever and we're gonna place that down here below. And I haven't decided exactly how low, but we know where it has to be positioned at, the left side of the bottom of the T, and it should always touch towards the bottom of the K. So looking at that right there, take a look at it. That looks good. Does it look positioned perfectly? My fingers, yes. And everything looks good. Just gonna rock with it right there. Press it up. A lot of pressure because this is a sweatshirt, not a t-shirt. And with Caesar, you can press in one second press. So we'll go ahead, press it, hold it down. And this should be good this time now. It's a sweatshirt, a little bit thicker than a t-shirt, which is why I open back up. Boom. Peel the name off, everything off. As you guys see, the white and Tamika stuck to the back of the carrier sheet of the gold. And now we have a perfectly placed and positioned shirt. And this is what we're looking like. All right, so let's go ahead, finish these up. Move you guys back out so you guys can watch. And we can get it done. All right, so this is where we're at with it. We finished all of them. So we got Shanae, and then the Forever down the bottom. You can see how even though I placed them by hand, the Forevers are pretty consistent throughout all of the t-shirts. Well, sweatshirts, that is. Tamika. Oh, this is actually Tasha. Then we got Ashley. And then we have Tamika. Now, like I said in the intro, this is a very, very popular design. It's not even like something that's super complex or anything like that. Going with the right font. Baby's new, and there's Baby's. It's another. It's like 3 of them. They're very, very popular fonts, and they're nice and bold. When you do stuff like this, you want to make sure that you just use a bold font to make the name stand out. Sometimes you don't even have to add this extra color in there, but if you do, it is a, you know what I mean, just something to add to it for that person to kind of stand out. And when they're together, it'll also let you know who each person is if you don't know. But you should know if you know the people and you're looking at their photos or whatever the case is. So these sisters should be happy with these shirts. Question of the day: do you have a signature design style? If not, what do you think about my signature design style? And will you adopt it as your own? If you haven't already, you made it this far, you might as well go ahead and like this video. Also subscribe if you haven't already, because I make videos like this all the time. And yes, I mean all the time. This has been your boy Stan Banks with T-Shirt Side Hustle. Peace. Okay, so we're at the T-Shirt Side Hustle website, and I'm going to show you guys how to request an actual video. So I'm just going to go to menu, I'm going to go to resources, and then here's cut settings, stay and suggested heat presses, and then video request. Okay, here it basically just says, I'm not going to promise you that I'll get to everybody, but whenever I'm looking for an idea or something to make a video on, I will check this page and see what you guys have. This is a lot better than leaving it in the comments, although you can leave it in the comments and I'll see it. But if I don't get to that video right away, I'll forget about it. But come over here and place your suggestions. So now I can just come to this list and pull up some videos, ideas, and then go ahead and go through them. So you just put your name, your email, and you leave a comment with your suggestion, and then it'll get posted and I'll see it. Everybody will see it, and check the list for your idea first and then post it on here if you need to. So this is how you request a video from here on out. This has been your boy Stan Banks. Appreciating you guys for sticking through this video and your attention as always. Peace out.